who won, who lost the episode?
Love to.
All right, Sean. So I'll give it to you first. Who did you have win in the episode here?
I had the new people. I had Barnaby and Scarlett.
Yeah.
And John, we brought this up a few weeks, felt like a month ago. Usually mid-season editions are duds. Think like your Delaney's, your who's this one guy? He had like a ridiculous nickname, like Ultron.
I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
I can't think of it. But usually they're duds. That's proves my point. I can't think of that guy's name. Aside from that guy Kyle was pretty interesting. The guy from Manchester.
Oh yeah.
He was good. But usually they're duds. Scarlett and Gary, I feel like fit in very well with the crew. They both had decent amount of screen time this episode. I'm sorry, Scarlett and Barnaby. Well, Gary always has a lot of screen time, but Scarlett and Barnaby both had decent screen time. Barnaby got to make out with Daisy. He was also really into sailing. Scarlett and Gary are already a thing. They haven't had sex yet, but just wait. So I feel like they're just gelling with the crew well, and it doesn't feel awkward that they're there. I love Tom, but I don't miss him.
Yep.
And same with Gabriella. So I Barnaby and Scarlett for me. John, who'd you have winning?
Yeah, I had Scarlett. Just because I felt like she really stood up for herself when everyone at dinner is basically and I think she saw right through it. Everyone at dinner was like, "Oh, don't hook up with Gary." She's like, "First of all, screw you guys. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it." And you're not telling me it for my own good. You're telling me it because does Daisy secretly have a crush on Gary? Or is Daisy only doing it so her department doesn't get into shambles? And Ashley is obviously saying it because she doesn't want anybody else to hook up with Gary because she wants to feel like she's not hurt when she definitely is. And so Scarlett saw all through all of that. And she's like, "I'll make my own decision." And then obviously she's making out with Gary. And then he's like, "Yo, I want to have sex with you." She's like, "Yeah, I'm out. But I'm making my own decisions from here on out." So good on Scarlett, man. I feel like we always it's always this oh, Gary's just taking advantage of girls. I don't really see that, but I think Scarlett's an adult and making her own decisions, and I like what she's doing.
Good Scarlett episode. I agree. Yeah. She feels like an important part of the show.
And she really does. Yeah.
Mid-season editions, that very rarely happens.
Yeah.
John, who should you have losing it?
It's a great question. So I had a really hard time trying to do this, but I think maybe Kelsey or Daisy. Maybe Daisy lost the episode, which I feel like would be a first for below our podcast.
Let's talk this out.
Yeah,
I initially picked Kelsey just because of the long fart.
Yeah,
and that was really her only screen time. But her hoodie was too cool for me to pick it. So the Daisy thing, I think there is a real argument there.
I think the pro, the reason to not put Daisy in there is because she was probably doing what was best for her to the actual workings of the department. Because I do think this department goes into shambles when Scarlett hooks up with Gary, because Ashley's just going to be not doing well. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel. And Daisy put that above Scarlett the human, right? Who might be into Gary, and so didn't really put her feelings into play there.
Daisy, it's kind of like the NFL rule that the cheerleaders can't fraternize with the players. That's kind of Daisy.
Yeah.
Right? It feels odd to tell your employee, hey, you can't date this guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's necessarily is that sexual harassment? I have no idea. Probably not.
Yeah. I don't think so.
It's just being really conservative. It's I don't even know what to call it. Now, is she doing it?
It's probably prudent. Is it prudent? Maybe not.
No, I feel like prudent just means reasonable.
Yeah.
No, the big law term is reasonably prudent. So that wouldn't make sense because
like cautious, like
yeah, I think it means yeah,
something wrong there. Yeah.
okay, yeah, no, it is prudent. Okay,
Yeah.
it's prudish too.
Yeah. Fair. Nice
It's
play on words there.
yeah, I know, right? It's something, and I refuse to have Daisy lose an episode, so I'm going to still give it to Kelsey because of the fart, just because
Yeah.
I'll just associate that with her forever. But her asking, looking like Scarlett dead in the eye when they're at dinner and being like, "Are you gonna cry or no? Are you gonna like leave?" That was pretty mean. That's pretty
Yeah.
mean girlish.
It really was. And obviously Daisy, walks it back after that, right?
Yeah. So
apologizes.
She's still our friend. It's still a friend of the pod, but hey, maybe everyone has bad moments. So
yeah. So all right, Sean. Who'd you have for winning or sorry, so that's winners and losers. What's the question of the week?
All right. This one's sort of Below Deck related, but so our new charter guests for the end of this episode, next episode, as we know, the primary proposed to his fiance a few days before the charter. Now, John, had he proposed to her and she said no, that charter is ruined. Like that relationship's probably ruined. So kind of thinking out loud here, how risky of a move was this for him? Like what percentage of proposals do we think actually end in a yes?
That's a good question. I would say that proposals that have a like vacation planned already based on it are like, they're obviously highly risky, but I think that person has a better inclination in their head that they're going to get a yes. But yeah, man, I mean, that how much would that stink if like you rented out this boat for like what, 100 grand or 80 grand, whatever it is. I don't know, 50 grand maybe. And then you propose to your fiance like 2 days before it, and she says no. It's like you can't go on it, or you can, but like you're not celebrating anything. It's just weird. You're ruining a lot of things there.
Yeah, tough move. I proposed to my wife a year and a half ago. Worked out. I think most as you get older, actually no, I'm not even sure. I think there's a lot of proposals and like when people are drunk in their early and mid 20s that are a lot of no's there. I would guess it's probably around 70% yes though, right?
Yeah, probably. Maybe 50 to 70, yeah, somewhere around there. But like half of the no's, I mean, man, what's like the return policy on rings? Are they good? Is it good?
It is. Yeah, they give you a receipt.
Okay.
But that's gotta be awkward. Walking back in there.
Yeah, that's not
like
yeah.
She thought she could do better. So hey, I'll send my money back, please. Yeah.
But yeah, man, good on this guy. He must have known a yes was in the pocket. Still probably nervous, but at the same time, you don't do it 2 days before. You do it after maybe, if you're not sure what the answer is going to be.
Yeah, I think we're discounting in the South where people get married younger, but also I bet you there's like a lot of weird proposals down there.
Yeah.
Not to alienate any of our Southern listeners, but I could see something like South Carolina, like 21-year-olds, like a 21-year-old guy proposing to his girlfriend and getting shut down.
Yeah. We'll have an opportunity for the second wedding at some point. It sounds like
you're right. Yeah.
So no, it was a good question of the week though. I like it. It'd be interesting to see if we got like stats, like what percentage of proposals end in a yes, but I don't know who's tracking that.
I guess the jewelry industry. Yeah. Ooh. Next time, yeah, we'll have to ask our local jeweler about that. Like, how many of these rings are being returned?
That's a good question.
I bet you know what? I bet you it's higher than we think.
Yeah, maybe like half, man.
There's a lot of people out there that throw caution to the wind.
Yeah.
And also, like don't have a good gauge in their own relationship. So
Yeah.
I think it's more than we think. Yeah.
The classic desperation ask. Like,
Ooh.
oh, we might break up. So let me just, it's never good. All right. So that's the episode, Sean. Listen, we don't know what the heck's going on with Below Deck Med. But I'm focused on Below Deck Sailing out right now. We are 14 episodes in. So I don't know how many episodes they're going to have. I don't know if they're just going to go through, like, I know I've done the math here on the pod, but it's just like, I feel like there's like 2 more episodes, then a 2-part reunion, and then 4th of July break. But
that lines up. But hey,
yeah.
I have no idea. I'm enjoying the season though. I really am. There were more hookups tonight than the entire season of Below Deck Down Under. And I counted hookup as just a makeout.
Yeah.
Like I think there's been one like 5-second makeout on Below Deck Down Under, and that was
That's
it.
tough. I mean, at some point you can't just have Gary, be on every franchise.
They could have used him.
Yeah.
Maybe next week or sometime I'll give everyone like a 3-minute, when Below Deck Down Under is over, I'll give everyone like a 3-minute review.
Love it.
The bosun on Below Deck Down Under is a dud. So they could have used Gary. I'll tell you that.
Good. All right, man. We'll look forward to Down Under. And take us out, man.
Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Bon voyage.